Welcome to the Season 6 Castrol Cup Series Daytona 500 for the 6th season of the Castrol Cup Series. We are so excited to have this race for the Great American Race down in Daytona Beach, Florida. I am also alongside NLS to commentate this race.
And I am so thankful to be here. Thank you, BSP. This should be a great super speedway race as we get to your drivers to watch.
Kyle Larson said his car was really fast in practice and qualifying. Obviously, he got the pole. Alongside Noah Gragson in row 1, Larson not really had that much luck on super speedways in this series or IRL NASCAR. Let's see if he can get it done today. As well as two drivers that we're not expecting to do well. They did not do that great in practice, but surprisingly, they did really good in qualifying. Corey LaJoie and John Hunter Nemechek are in row number 2.
LaJoie and John Hunter Nemechek, certainly some good dark horse contenders if you want to pick someone for a surprise winner today.
And yeah, Brad Keselowski, a really good super speedway racer, starting 6th, the Season 2 Daytona 500 winner, as well as the Season 1 champion. Let's see if he can get that RFK number 6 into victory lane today. As now, we'll send it down to trackside for the Command and National Anthem.
Welcome, race fans, to the 6th running of the Castrol Cup Series Daytona 500. Drivers, start your engine!
Now for your starting lineup, we have the 5 of Kyle Larson and the 10 of Noah Gragson.
In row number 2, it's going to be the 7 of Corey LaJoie and the 42 of John Hunter Nemechek.
Row 3, we had the 43 of Aric Jones and the 6 of Brad Keselowski, two great super speedway racers in row 3.
Row number 4, it's going to be Chase Elliott and Chase Briscoe, the two Chases.
Then in row 5, round out the top 10, we have the 22 of Joey Logano and the 23 of Bubba Wallace.
In row 6, we've got Walrod and Ross Chastain and Bryson Davis.
In row 7, we have Ty Gibbs in the 54 and the 60 of David Reagan, making a first ever start in the Castrol Cup Series.
The two interstate battery entries of Denny Hamlin and Christopher Bell start in row 8.
And then in row 9, we have William Byron and another interstate batteries Toyota, Sammy Smith.
Then we got Martin Truex Jr. and Carson Hocevar in row 10.
And now we're going to go over the race facts. 14 laps in today's race, 0% chance of rain, which is really good at Daytona and really rare at Daytona. Kyle Larson's on pole, and this is going to be a great super speedway race to kick off Season 6 of the Castrol Cup Series.
This is certainly a big one. We've been looking forward to it ever since Season 5's conclusion. Let's get ready to rock and roll from Daytona.
As now the cars will go off pit road. We are about to start this race here at Daytona. I'm so excited for the Season 6 event to kick off the season at Daytona.
It's going to be the 5 and the 10 who are going to lead them to the start-finish line as we are about to go green in season number 6.
Kyle Larson out front, Corey LaJoie behind him, coming to lap 2 of the Daytona 500. Larson leads the first lap of the Daytona 500 as he goes to the block. Gragson goes to the inside and takes the lead as Larson got sideways there.
Larson now trying to get a run off the top side of the banking here at Daytona as these cars love to be in a grid 2 wide, but now make it 3. We've got a huge run on the top lane. It's Bubba Wallace pushing Larson back to the lead.
Yeah, Kyle Larson gets back in the lead on board with him in the 5 car. Bubba Wallace behind him as Gregson's in 3rd.
That's a big lead for the 5 machine as they are starting to go 3 wide further back in the pack. Intense racing here at Daytona.
Larson goes down to block Gregson on that middle lane, but here comes Brad Keselowski in that 6 orange Kings Hawaiian car as Corey LaJoie going up to the outside.
Look at this intense racing in this pack, and there's contact! The 9 and the 42 down below the line. They're going to have to fall back and regroup.
Yeah, I think John Nemechek got contact, or Chase, I'm not sure. I think Nemechek got contact, got spun down into the 9. They both saved it. Great jobs by those two drivers saving the car.
They will certainly be at a deficit at the back of the field now. but right this second, it's the other Hendrick Motorsports. Hey, there's a huge wreck! The 51 up in the air!
Justin Haley nearly flipped on the front stretch. We got our first caution of the day here at Daytona. Let's see what happened, as both Rick Rare drivers are going to be done for the day. That's sad, but let's see what happened. Josh Berry goes to the block, Ethan Shield, and then, oh my, wow.
Yeah, major airtime for the 51 car. There was a big run from Ethan there, and just Josh Berry couldn't block it. Into the 91, we'll have to check for his damage as well. Huge aero lift in a very strange way for the 51. These next gens aren't great at staying on the ground. Good thing it didn't go all the way over.
Yeah, Josh Berry got spun into Sam Mayer in the 91 car and then clips Justin Haley. Justin Haley goes pounding to Castrol and huge crashes. Josh Berry is on pit road trying to get repairs. I don't think he had much damage, but still, we're going to go to commercial break here in Daytona. Crash on lap 6.
Martinsville, the oldest and shortest track on the NASCAR circuit. There's tight confines and plenty of contact.
The 45, he's gonna get spun.
Oh, we got a caution. It's a bunch of contenders.
However, after a long race, it makes that win feel that much more sweeter.
He slides, almost spins.
The NASCAR Community Cup Series Xfinity 500 at Martinsville Speedway, Sunday, November 3rd, only on the ESMN YouTube channel.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway. We were about to go down for pit stops as there was a crash on lap 6.
Kyle Larson in the pits, says his car's handling really well out front, cutting through the air, nice and easy.
Yeah, Brad Keselowski also doing really well. 4 tires and the full tank of gas for that 6 car. He's one of the most dominant Super Speedway racers. Let's see if he can do something more today. As Kyle Larson wins the race off pit road, Logano in the top 5 with Aric Jones and Noah Gragson behind him.
Logano is a scary face to see up towards the front of any Super Speedway track as we check out the halfway bonus.
Kyle Larson, Brad Keselowski, Aric Jones, Corey LaJoie, Joey Logano, your top 5. Wallace, Gregson, Bell, Briscoe, and Sammy Smith, your halfway bonus points.
Yeah, but now we hit the choose cone. It's going to be Larson on the inside, Logano on the outside, with Bad Brad and Aric Jones as their respective pushers.
As Logano took 2 tires in that stop. Let's see what happens here. Green flags back in the air in Daytona.
Those 2 tires seem to be holding on pretty well right now as he takes the lead with a huge push from the 43 of Aric Jones. They fall to the bottom lane and are now in control of this race.
Yeah, Joey Logano with a huge push from Aric Jones to take the lead now to fly by the entire field as the Interstate Batteries cars on that outside lane.
That 22 Pennzoil machine looks good up front. They're playing it nice and organized right now, but towards the back of the pack, the action's just getting more intense as here comes Bubba Wallace.
Bubba Wallace to that outside. Here comes Logano to the block. Oh, they're crashing on the backstretch.
What a massive block by Joey Logano that set this whole thing off. Caution is out. The 22, I hate to say it, he has struck again at a play track.
Joey Logano tries the block, and I think they stacked up, and yeah, oh my lordy. Stenhouse nearly goes up and over as a huge crash in the backstretch. Chastain, Briscoe. I saw Kyle Busch there.
And yeah, Logano gets up to the outside line. Bubba has to hit the brakes, I think, to prevent from spinning the 22, and everyone behind him, bumper to bumper, had nowhere to go.
Yeah, the 16's done. The 99 might be able to go back. Oh my gosh, there's 6 cars in the back that crashed.
That must have been a separate reaction, maybe looking at the cars in front of them. So often on super speedways, you see packs in the back trying to slow up, and not everyone's quite paying enough attention. Very, very big wreck here.
Yeah, Ty Gibbs spun there. He clipped Kyle Busch. It's a huge crash in the backstretch. Bo Wallace is getting repairs on pit road. Daniel Suarez getting repairs, as well as Kyle Larson, trying to get some valuable points as their race might be over. As we're going to go to commercial break. Huge crash at Daytona on the backstretch. Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway. For the Daytona 500, we're going to go back down to pit stops.
It's Logano, this time taking 4 tires up at the front. The 2-tire strategy call worked really well, but then he threw that questionable block.
Keselowski's car is really fast. He's in the top 5. One of the best Super Speedway racers. He's getting 4 tires and a splash of fuel for that 6. Joey Logano wins the race on pit road, but Sammy Smith and Christopher Bell are in the top 5 as Bryson Davis is also in the top 5. Is that BJ McLeod in 6th?
That's an amazing circumstance for BJ McLeod as we go to the choose cone. The 2 Fords on the inside, 2 Toyotas on the high side.
Joey Logano and Sammy Smith are going to lead them down with 3 laps to go on the front row. Green flags back in the air in Daytona.
With only 3 laps to go, it's the Interstate Battery Toyotas who get a great run at it too. They're going to pull clear of the field as we're 3 wide in the back.
Sammy Smith has the lead with Christopher Bell behind him. His Toyota teammate is Interstate Batteries and Joe Gibbs' teammate. 3 wide on the outside with Hamlin and Carson Hocevar.
Only 2 laps left here at Daytona, and we've got a huge crash. It's Logano into the wall, upside down. Shades of Josh Berry.
Joey Logano has a huge flip on the backstretch. Humongous damage and a humongous flip to that 22 car. The red flag is going to come out. That is a humongous crash. Is Denny Hamlin involved as well? He's on pit road, but wow.
Yeah, the 11 turned off that outside lane. Logano nowhere to go. He catches air. I mean, I don't think this might as well be a recreation of Josh Berry in the summer race this year. What a hit for Logano. Upside down. Massive damage.
And that 22 Hamlin, I guess, got spun by Priest, and Logano catches air and flips down the backstretch. It's still violent, but there could have been a way more violent flip. But luckily, golly, that front end is destroyed, and the roof as well.
Yeah, that roof is nearly on his head. As we're about to head to commercial, these next-gen cars, I hope will get safer when we come back.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway. The red flag is out. Joey Logano got out of his car under his own power, but then had to sit down on the ground, and they had to put him in the ambulance and take him to a local hospital. Hopefully Joey Logano is okay, but I don't know. That was a very scary crash on the backstretch.
Certainly a scary crash, as now we have to focus on who's left in this race. The 2 Toyotas in the Interstate Battery schemes are up front. Ryan Preece has made his way up to the P3 position.
Yeah, Ryan Preece started in row 13 today, but he's made his way up to 3rd place, and I'm really surprised that 41 Wonder Machine is up front, as well as 2 RFK cars, Keselowski and David Reagan in the top 5.
Yeah, certainly a competitive top 5 based on the racing we've seen today. As we take one more look at the Logano crash, he is alert, he is awake, he might be seriously injured.
It was a very scary crash. Sammy Smith and Priest in row 1, Bell Davis on the inside with Keselowski and Reagan on the outside. 2 laps to go, green flags back in the air in Daytona.
The top 2 locked in a battle now, side by side, waiting to see who gets the push. It's going to be Ryan Preece.
Ryan Preece gets a huge push from Keselowski now. They go to the top lane. White flag presented by Credit One Bank.
It's Ryan Preece and Keselowski into turn number 1. Ryan Preece tries the block too late, spins out. We stay green. It's the 2 RFK cars into 3.
Here comes Gillen to the outside, and now the inside. Keselowski gets wrecked. Todd Gillen up before it's going to win the Daytona 500.
It's the 38 of Todd Gilliland who grabs the win in the Great American Race for Season 6 of the Castrol Cup Series.
Ryan Preece tried to block Keselowski. It was not clear. He spun out. Then Gillen gives a huge push to Keselowski. Gillen to the top. Back to the bottom. Keselowski gets spun. And Bell nearly... Oh my gosh. Bell nearly flipped as Todd Gillen wins the Daytona 500 and gets to burn it down for his first career win.
Celebrating on top of the car now as we see the full race results. Todd Gilliland, Michael McDowell, a front row sweep of the top 2 positions.
Front row racing lives up to his name, is taking spots 1 and 2. It's David Reagan, Sammy Smith, Carson Oates for your top 5 at Daytona.
As we look towards the back of the pack, a lot of these cars caught up in incident, but you've got Jimmy Jam up there in 22. I think he finished this race. Surprising and good for him.
As up until 32nd, everyone finished the race until 32nd and on. Denny Hamlin to Justin Haley all wrecked as Tyler Reddick, 41st. Not good as the Rick Ware cars finished 42nd and 43rd. As now we look at the point standings, Todd Gilliland has the first win. He's not locked in. We are not doing the win in your in situation system. That's a dumb rule. And Todd Gilliland has it. Larson, Keselowski, McDowell, Sammy Smith, Reagan, Harsevar, Austin Dillon, BJ McLeod, Chase Elliott, Bryson Davis, and William Byron. Your playoff 12 so far.
Certainly interesting to look at the standings this early in the season, seeing all the big names so far down, and some of the smaller names towards the top of the standings. We'll have to see if they can carry that momentum into any of the races later in this season.
Thank you, NOS, for helping me commentate this race at Daytona today.
Thank you for having me here at BSP. It has been an honor to commentate this race with you.
Well, that is all we have from Daytona. We'll see you guys in the next race. Peace out.
Wide back where BJ McLeod is, and we've got a turnover in the back. It's Logano into the wall upside down.
A turnover? For Joey Logano through an interception.
And Joey Logano becomes an egg sandwich. This is a super exciting race. And we come to the end, and Logano's upside down, hard into the wall. It's shades of Ryan Preece on the god.